Hello and welcome back to another live session with Nana Ayebiafo Jnana, a mystic and a life coach. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm doing very well. Yourself?
I'm doing good also.
Good. You're looking very nice today.
Thank you very much. You're also looking good.
Thank you, sir.
The year is about to end.
Yeah, well, we're almost at the end of the year.
What are we to expect?
Anyway, as usual, transformations. We normally give a wonderful treat to our members from the beginning of the year by providing them with some guidance, with information that will be able to guide them throughout the whole year. So I've started drafting down the forecast for all the stars, and it's beautiful. Like I used to do the prediction for the whole world. The global one is also on the way. I'm drafting it, and as usual, people knows that all the things that I've been speaking of, everything comes to pass.
100%.
I mean, in fact, this year, I think I gave about 27 different kind of predictions.
Wow.
I am just expecting 2.
Why?
There is 2 I'm still expecting because that has not come to pass. All the things that have happened now in the world since January up to now, I spoke about it. All the things, from the weather, everything. Even what is happening now in Gaza, Israel. I said this.
January, yes.
I said it very well because I remember the stars predicted that Israel will attack a weapon site of the Iran state. And that time, the Americans, that the USA, they will not be happy with it. February or so, Israel attacked a weapon site with 3 drones. And America came out that they don't support that kind of idea. People can just go online and check it out.
It's everywhere.
Yes. And then Iran said, for that, they will take revenge. And anybody who really understands the Iran state, Iran, they have a lot of process. They have the Houthis in Somalia. They have the Hezbollah in Lebanon. They have Hamas in Gaza. If you go to Syria and Iraq, all those places, they have processes there. So if Iran says, we will take revenge, Israel, for doing this to us, then after some time, Hamas is able to, come out with a very great attack on Israel. That should tell you that it can't just be Hamas conducting that kind of operation, but Iran behind them.
Yeah.
So what is happening in Israel now? Israel, and then they got something I spoke of it, January. So, like I'm saying, everything. I told you about how water would devastate the whole world. Go online and see what other countries are going through. And I think this year, Ghana, we had our own share. See what is happening in the Volta region.
Yeah.
And these are something I spoke of. So the whole point is that my predictions, I wouldn't say 100% because I'm not God. When you say 100%, like you want to equate yourself with God. So I would say maybe 99%. And like I said, with the global predictions, there are 2 things that I am expecting. Because the stars said that Joe Biden will not go for the second term.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
But a lady or a woman is going to lead the Democrats. That has not happened yet, so I'm waiting for it.
Okay.
Yes, even though Joe Biden is saying that he's going to lead. But me, I believe in the star more than anything. We still have some time before that election. Let's see what happens. Then the second one is I said that Putin might not go to next year with us because he's going to develop some tumor in the head, and that could cause his death. These 2 things is what I'm expecting. I am not praying that it should happen. But me, I believe in the stars, that whatever the star says happens. If it doesn't happen, I mean, who am I? I'm just, like the mouthpiece of the stars. I just said what the stars told me. But at least up to now, all the things that are happening in this world now, since January, is something I spoke of. So I will be doing same in 2024.
Okay.
Yes, that there's a little bit of change this time around. And the change here is that all the time I used to do for only the transformation members. But a lot of people call me, Jnana, I've been following your stuff on social media and I love you so much. I love your teachings. But because of my profession, what I do, I am unable to belong to any WhatsApp group So I can't belong to any WhatsApp group. And truly, when I went to the state recently, there are few people that came to me because probably they are working for FBI, they're in the CIA, they are something. And because of that kind of security stuff, they are not allowed to belong to WhatsApp groups. And not only that, some people are pastors. They need a focus also. But they feel bad joining groups where you're a pastor and you are here seeking for assistance from someone else.
But it's not anything bad.
It is not bad, but some first people will not permit people to do the right thing. I feel that maybe he's out there, everybody knows he's so powerful. He comes on the television and people know how powerful he is. And then you find this person in a WhatsApp group. And this person will be asking questions that probably he has been talking about out there. So to me, I feel people feel, okay, it's not the best thing for me to do. And they still need this forecast. That's why we decided, okay, for transformation members, every year the forecast is free of charge. It is information that out there on the website, on the internet, people charge them $500, $700, $200, $300. And even the information that given to these people, you can't compare this information to what I give to my members. So for transformation members, the love is deep. I appreciate all the good things they do. They assist transformations, So forecast is free of charge. But those who are not members but still need forecast, I have created a website where they can go and request for their forecast.
Okay.
So on the website, you can request for 1 year forecast.
Okay.
And then you can request for 5 years forecast.
Okay.
Because why I'm bringing the 5 years, that most people are business people and they want to plan ahead. So the 5 years forecast will help you to plan, to guide you, so that if you want to do something in the next 2-3 years, you have information to guide you. So I'll be giving 1 year forecast and 5 year forecast to those who are not members of Transformations, but really want to have their own prediction for the year. Transformation members will have 1 year free of charge. But if they want the 5 years, then they have to go to the website to go and then request for it at a discount rate of, say, about 40% or something. I think it's a big discount. Yeah. So I will be doing that. Wow. But what I used to do for the general ones that I'm talking about, the global predictions, I will go ahead and do it. A lot of things are happening. And I've told you already, this year is number 7, and K2 is ruined. That's why all the bad things happening around. Next year is number 8. It's Saturn. Okay. Saturn ruling, and Saturn is a planet that demands for balance. Wow. So which means that next year is number 8. And those of us that are thinking that next year is going to be a better year as compared to this year, I don't think they really understand what I'm talking about. Because number 8, things wouldn't be so nice. 2025 is when I know the whole world will enjoy some kind of, breathing space. Because 2025 is number 9, which is really going to help the world. But next year, 2028, no one think that it's going to be so good. Yes, it might not be as bad as this year. Okay. But still, Saturn. See, let me tell you one thing Saturn does. Saturn is a balanced planet. Saturn wants you to balance your life. So if you're too much spiritual, you will suffer. Okay. If you're too materialistic, you will suffer. Mm-hmm. If you work too hard, you will suffer. If you are too lazy, you suffer. That's wonderful. So when it comes to Saturn, you must be able to balance your life. Okay. And it's not very easy for people of this modern world. People do things in extreme. So if you find yourself doing extreme things in 2024, which is number 8, ruled by Saturn, trust me, you will go through difficulties. Saturn even punishes more than Ketu or Rahu. Wow. Especially if you are not balanced and you do things in extreme. So next year, we are drafting all the stuff that we have to tell the world about, and then individual members, we are also working something out for them. So next year forecast is going to be very detailed, and I'm thinking of adding many other things to it, something I've never added before. Hopefully the time might permit me to do that, because I know the forecast helps people, it guides people. I can't tell you how many people will call me and say, Jnana, thank you very much for the forecast. You said A, B, C, D, and specifically on those days, these things happen. Because probably I was aware, I was able to safeguard myself, against the kind of occurrence. So 2024, we are on it. I am not going to say anything specific now. Okay. Because I know a lot of times when I say things before the year, at the end of the year, all these so-called prophets that I think God's spoken with them, they end up drafting everything there, and then at the first night, they go and say all these things as if they've seen something. Okay? For me, I don't feel bad when I see that, but I feel that people should be sincere. You don't go out there and be tapping into someone's knowledge. That is intellectual, whatever.
That's
so
true.
please, I'm not going to give any specifics now.
Okay.
But trust me, I want you to be aware. 2024 is not going to be a beautiful year the way some of you assume. It is going to be very difficult for those who are not balanced in life. You must be balanced in 2024 for you to be able to enjoy the year. If you're not balanced, forget it.
I'm sure in 2024 you guide us as to how to be balanced.
Sure. When we
So
start the
we
year,
want to-
I'll guide our members as usual. Those that have been watching us. I'll give some kind of tidbits, things you need to do, what you're not supposed to do, so that you'll be able to get the best of the year.
Okay.
The whole point is that every year you have good side, you have bad side. Every year. Even the 2025 I'm talking about, there will be some bad stuff happening. But if you know how to go about it, it helps you to become successful.
Okay. And when you were speaking, you made mention of the website. What's the domain?
Okay, the domain address is www.giannachakshus-108.com.
Okay.
It's a very lengthy one. It's long, but that is my name. That is
you can
my
just
own.
type
So
it
we will
on
type
the
it down. So www.giannachakshus-108.com. So I'm sure you will see it under here. So you go there and you see the beautiful website. Everything is very simple. So for instance, if you want to go and request for a 1-year forecast, it's very simple. So you first have to request, because I'm thinking that I will close the request by the end of the year.
Okay.
Because I need to do it, draft it. Then right from the first week of January, I'll begin to send it to them. So on the website, you'll be asked to provide your WhatsApp number, a current one, because I will send the details through your WhatsApp. So make sure whatever WhatsApp number you provide is your current WhatsApp number, where we'll be able to reach you. And then there's one thing I want people to understand. Some of these mystical things, you can see a lot of people doing online. You can try someone and try mine. So at the end of the day, you can compare the two and
See the difference.
I mean, I want people,
difference.
I prefer people doing this.
Okay.
You go out there, maybe you go and pay some $500 somewhere. You come on my website, you pay $150. After I compare the message, the information given, where you pay $500 or $700 and then one you pay $150. And I will give you recommendation for the remedies. I'll tell you what and what is supposed to do so that the negative ones might not happen, or you'll be able to reduce them to a barest minimum, and then the positive one will manifest, or whatever it is. So the website is going to serve a whole lot of people, and I'm very pleased. All these years, it had so much that people that have been following me so much on Facebook especially, but they are not members of the group as in being registered members, and I'm unable to serve them when it comes to the forecast. This time around, I feel I'll be able to serve them, and my heart will be at peace.
Wow. Yeah. Jana, let's take this for instance. I'm a transformation member, and having the forecast comes with these benefits. Let's say you send it to me, I become careless, and I lost it. Will you send it to me again, or I have to pay on the website to get it?
Yeah, normally I've been telling people it takes so much time to draft this. And when it comes to sending the forecast to members, it takes time. I mean, the previous years, it takes a whole 3-4 months before I'm done with all the members. So if you're a member and probably you discard it, or maybe you miss your phone or something happened to your phone, and you send me a message, baby Jenna, I missed my forecast. Can you resend it? If I see that message, I'll just send it to you.
Okay.
But getting me on the phone is a problem. So maybe after receiving free of charge, you did not take good care of it, you miss it, and you don't get to me, and you still need it, you have to go back online. When you go online, then you have to go and pay for it. So tomorrow, at least, you pay attention that these things are very important things that we need to keep around.
Thank you very much. You're really serving people.
Thank you. See, it makes me happy. See, trust me, the best form of joy is service. If you want to feel fulfilled, satisfied, try and serve. It is very unfortunate that this modern world, people are just looking for money, thinking that money will give them satisfaction and fulfillment. But no. Yes, money is very good. With money, you are able to do many things. But money in itself does not give satisfaction and fulfillment. Real satisfaction and fulfillment comes only through service. You can try. One day, prepare some food, go to the roadside, look at the needy people, give them the food, and just sit back, see them eat it.
There's a rush.
See how you're going to
passion,
feel.
Yes.
You are not the one eating the food. Someone else is eating the food. But because you are the cause of that food, you get satisfied. So this is something people don't know. And the main reason why our country is not developing because our leaders don't know these signs. They don't know that real satisfaction and fulfillment comes from service. So they go in there as leaders, they exploit everything thinking that they will be happy. But at the final days, when they are on their sick bed about dying, that's when they regret all the things they did. So real fulfillment, real enjoyment, real happiness come from service. So I do this, and it makes me very happy. You know, we drive to places, go and meet people, and the whole day you sit down talking to people. At times people ask you, aren't you tired? I said, no, I'm not tired. Because people coming over and I'm able to speak with them. Some are very happy. Some even share tears. That gives me joy that they have some burden, and that burden probably might have been removed from their shoulders. They're happy that they just, someone comes to Jnana, I don't know what to say. Get by seeing is enough. And some people share tears. I'll sit down quietly looking at them, just trying to analyze what they are feeling within. And that makes me happy that at least just by seeing me, they are happy. Many a times, people don't even have problems. They don't. They just need somebody to express their own feelings to. Somebody can confide in confidentially that, please, I have A, B, C, D. And then you say, no, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. That is enough. So I do this all the time, and I'm strong all the time. I don't get so much tired because I get fulfillment and satisfaction from serving people. You can only make money even if you want to make money through service. You can't make money if you just think of getting money. Yeah. No. You might even get the money, but you will never get fulfillment satisfaction. So yes, I feel happy serving the masses. This is what I was born to do. Probably, I don't know how long I'm going to live and continue doing this. But as far as I have life, I want to continue doing this. And I want my descendants to come and do this. Because this is the best service you can render to humanity. And our service is not just about spirituality. We give you information that can guide you. That when you leave this world, you might not be forced to come back again, or you don't have to reincarnate again. So the kind of service we give is not like some spiritual person sitting somewhere who is feeding you with money, food, telling you how to make money. No, we give you information that will help you to advance your own self. So the kind of information we give to people, we call it signs of self-realization. Information that will help you to realize who you are. And after knowing who you are, now you begin to identify your priorities in life. And when you know your priorities now, you are able to do what will please your heart. Satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness is what you are looking for. And then when we die, you don't have to come back to this world. So this is the service we do. So we call it, we are the best wishers of the world. We give you something that will help you this lifetime and maybe in the next lifetime. So yes, it makes me happy. I feel satisfied, fulfilled when I'm able to render some service to the masses, and I'm ready to continue doing. So
thank you for your effort.
Thank you.
We hope you live long and serve us.
Yeah, living long is not so important. You just have to have impact in the life of people. Even if you're living for 5 years, make sure the 5 years you use properly to serve mankind.
Okay.
If you live for 1,000 years and that 1,000 years used for envy, selfishness, and greediness, what is the use of that 1,000 years?
That's true.
Even if you live for only 1 year and you're able to touch lives, you're able to impact people positively. That is what life well lived. Not living to become an old man lying on the bed. You know, see, old age will come. You will suffer sickness and all that. So old age is not so special. What is so wonderful is being able to serve the masses with the short life you have. That makes it sense.
Again, thank you very much.
God bless.
Moving straight to our topic for today. Our scripture, that's the Bible says, Proverbs 18:22, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor in the eyes of the Lord. And when you go to social media, you know, people are spending 200,000 Ghana cedis, $200,000 just for the preparation of marriage. And you see them happy, dancing. So they portray all these perfect marital life to us. And that's what we believe in. So we've come to you today. How do we actually enjoy marriage and have peace?
Okay. No, thank you very much. I think this is a very, very important subject matter. We've ever spoken about it, but today we will take a different dimension. And I hope our viewers will appreciate it. They will enjoy it. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also invite your friends. You can share this video. It's a great one. We are not insulting anybody. It makes sense. It's going to help you. It's going to help your friends. You know, at times you have to wait till when somebody is insulting, fighting somebody. That's when we want to go and watch. That's a waste of time. Time is so precious. Don't waste your time on unnecessary things. We all have 24 hours in a day. Don't waste it. Time is money. Time is precious. So thank you for watching us. And I know you will benefit from today's discussion. So my brother, the whole point is, marriage is a very, very wonderful institution. God created marriage for the human beings. The lower species, God did not create any marriage for them. So the lower species can go ahead and mingle around, have sex anyhow, no restrictions, no regulations.
What do you mean by the lower species?
I'm talking about the species below the human body.
Okay.
We have 8,400,000 species of life.
Okay.
We have, say, 1.1 different kind of bodies in the waters. We have 1 million different kind of trees and plants. We have a number of insects, a number of flying beings, a number of aquatics, a number of the beasts.
Okay.
So altogether is 80 million. And all these 80 million are considered to be lower species.
Okay.
So the animals, from the cows to the lions, to the elephants, all the way to the ants, to the flying bees, to the insect, they are all lower species. For them, there is no serious rules and regulation when it comes to having sex. They can go ahead, they can even have sex with their mom, with their fathers, and all that kind of thing. But when it comes to the human society, the human species, we are governed by rules and regulations. So any human being who is not ready for these rules is for two-legged animal. Okay? The animals walks on 4 legs. The human being walks on 2 legs. But if you're a human being and you just enjoy only animal propensity, then even though you are walking on 2 legs as a human being, you are considered to be a two-legged animal.
That's deep.
A human being is supposed to act based on principles, rules, and regulations. Because we have developed consciousness. We can identify good from bad. We don't do things based on our instincts. We have willpower. We have free will. This should give us the understanding that we can't do things anyhow. So a human being who only exhibits animal propensity is just two-legged animal. You are a human being, but an animal, but walking on 2 legs.
Wow.
So when it comes to creation, God gave marriage for a purpose. Like our scripture says, after creation, God rests. And in that case, God has not even rest. That's a wrong interpretation there. Because God does not get tired for him to rest. But the Bible says after the 6 days, the 7th day, God rested because he wanted to, was happy with whatever he has created, so you have to go and rest or relax. God doesn't get tired. But the point is, in the Bible story, after everything God created, he gave human beings to name everything that was in the garden. That should tell you the superior nature of the human species. At times, people tell me, we have the right to eat everything and anything. And I say, are you sure? Are you serious? Even animals don't eat everything and anything.
That's true.
The animals we consider to be inferior to us. They don't eat everything and anything because they are very discriminating when it comes to what is good for their body and what is not good for their body. So human beings are supposed to act with some conscience, some kind of discipline. So when it comes to marriage, God wanted us to continue his procreation with discipline, with respect to norms, culture, and then tradition. So when it comes to the human species, you can't just go out there and start following women. we have rules. We have to follow those protocols by saying the family of the woman or of the man. They need to sit down, agree that okay, this man, this lady, they want to come together as a husband and wife, and then rituals are performed. Some kind of stuff are done. Maybe the man has to bring something, or the woman has to bring something, depending on the culture. Then from there, you'll be pronounced as husband and wife. They're supposed to be an ashram of responsibility. And an ashram is an institution. That's a Sanskrit word.
Okay.
An ashram of responsibility. If anybody considers marriage to be a source of enjoyment or a source of aggrandizement, that person doesn't really understand marriage, and that person will fail.
Oh, wow. So all we've been seeing on social media, they are just mirage.
Are you not surprised that now there's so much divorce every day? It is because people see marriage as a source of enjoyment. They don't see it as a source of responsibility or duty. So they expect so much enjoyment, and that enjoyment is not there. So you end up failing because what you were expecting is no more. So this is what people need to understand. The kind of enjoyment we derive from marriage life, there are many. But the highest among all is sex. Okay? But the sex is so satisfying to people because of the responsibility attached to marriage life. If there's no satisfaction, temporal one, and fulfillment in sex, nobody would have gone in for marriage. And meaning that would have been the end of the creation.
Okay.
Okay. So God, being so intelligent, attached some satisfaction. Anytime I use satisfaction in the term of marriage, you should understand that I'm talking about temporal satisfaction. Because real fulfillment, real satisfaction has no end. But the marriage life, the satisfaction and the fulfillment attached to it is because of the responsibility attached to marriage life. I don't know whether you have noticed this. A woman gets pregnant, she suffers so much. At the point of delivery, she cares the husband. She cares herself, engaged in the sex life in the first place. Because the pain is so much. But just after that, 2-3 months' time, she begins to look for sex. Because of the little or the temporal attachment and fulfillment or satisfaction to the sex life, the person has forgotten about the pain she went through. So God is so smart because the byproduct of sex life is so much troublesome. So if there's no little enjoyment or little satisfaction, people will not even go in for the sex in the first place. And if people don't attend to sex life, how do we continue procreation?
So then it's like a trap.
It's like a trap, a bait.
Wow.
Those of you that have been hunting for fishes in the river, what do? You put some bait and then you insert the hook in the bait. So the fish see a wonderful food coming like that, dangling, and then you go and hold it. You pull it, tap. Then the fish is gone. So God actually used sex life as a bait for us to go into marriage, for us to be able to continue procreation. So for those who only see enjoyment and fun in marriage life, they can't be successful in marriage life. Because all the beautiful things you see in the woman, in that man, will not persist. It will not be there for life, forever. There will be an end day to that. So in spiritual life, we have 4 main ashrams.
Okay.
So this 4 main ashram is what I want to explain so people understand.
Okay.
The first ashram, we call it brahmachari or brahmacharya, which is a celibate student life. Celibate life means that the man completely abstains from sex.
Is it possible?
Why not? It's possible. There are a lot of them out there.
Wow.
Completely abstain from sex life for them to be able to focus on something bigger than just sex. So 5 years, in ancient time, when the boy is 5 years, he is sent to the spiritual master school. We call it Gurukula, the Guru school. You stay there for 20 years, and within the 20 years, you will learn practically everything in this world. You will learn dancing, you will learn cooking, you will learn warfare, you will learn music, you will learn, literature. You will learn almost everything, and then you learn theory about how you can manage this world. So within the 20 years, you become a qualified, complete human being. So when the disciple is ready to go in for a wife, the spiritual master does not force any woman on the disciple, knowing very well the implications in marriage life, so that tomorrow you don't turn up saying that, oh, it isn't my master that gave it to me.
Okay.
So the master does not get involved when the student or the disciple want to go in for a wife. The only thing he does is you bring a woman, then he will be able to check the compatibility and say, okay, this person will be able to be with you in peace. Upon all the difficulty, this person can be with you. That's the only thing the master does. Then the man goes, the family of the man will go look for a woman, they do the compatibility, they find out, okay, these two people are compatible. That's when the ritual of marriage is done. The husband and wife goes and stays and start having their kids. But if the disciple decide not to go in for a wife, then he continues being a celibate.
Okay.
Don't forget, I told you we have 4 main ashrams.
Okay.
The celibate is the brahmachari. Then the household, we call the grihasta. Then after marriage, there's another ashram called the retired life. Then another one called the renounced life.
Okay.
So every human being must go through this. Unfortunately, majority of people don't know this. That's why we have so much difficulties in our marriages. So I will eliminate on it for you to understand what I'm saying here. So now the disciple who is ready for marriage, going for a wife.
After the 20 years.
After the 20 years,
they
making
decide.
25 years now.
Okay.
So at the age of 25, a man must think of getting married.
Okay. But
Okay.
that's when, if they decide to.
If they decide to.
Okay.
Now you go in for a wife, you stay with your wife for 25 years. At that time, you are 50 years. Mm-hmm. So that's the time, the period you're supposed to have kids. A man should not go in for kids after 50 years.
Do you mind elaborating?
The reason being that after 50 years, the hormones in your body and many other things in your system, it is not very good for you to start ejaculating.
Okay.
I don't know if you have noticed this, that men that have kids after 50 years, their children turn out not to be very strong. And if they are strong, their mental capabilities is very down. Their reason is down. Because see, when we grow, we lose many things in our system. For instance, you get to a point, you can't eat hard food. Mm-hmm. Because if you eat hard food, it cannot digest in your system. Mm-hmm. That's why old people normally eat, watery stuff, like cocoa porridge and stuff. Because the system is like that. As you grow in, many things become a little bit inactive. So after 50 years, try not to be having kids. So within the 25 years, if you only have 4 kids, 5 kids, 6 kids, 10 kids, you should be able to have them within the 25 years. So exactly at 50 years, don't forget that these are our generation. We are supposed to live up to, say, 100 years. So even if you get 100 years, there's something I didn't tell you.
Okay.
In this life, our first priority should be salvation. So anything we find ourselves engaged in should be secondary. The first thing is salvation, liberation. From here, where do we go? Mm-hmm. So wife, school, business, everything comes into complement our understanding of how to achieve liberation. So now you are 50 years. Okay? You have about 10 kids, 8 kids, 4 depending on your own desire. Even if you live up to 100 years, you have only 50 years ahead. Mm-hmm. So this is the best time for you and your wife to focus on the real goal of life. That is liberation or salvation. So at this point, you have to start going out for preaching, or you go to pilgrimage, you go to places of worship. so that you and your wife can become very connected spiritually based on the spirituality two of you are practicing.
That's at the age of 50 years.
The age of 50 years.
Okay.
So where in ordinary life, maybe 50 or 60 years, they say you're going for retirement. And retirement means you have to go and stay in the house and enjoy. By here, 50 years, when you have to retire, you retire with your wife, you go to holy places. If you want to preach to people, you want to engage people in worshiping God, this is the thing you have to do. Because even if you live up to 100 years, you are 50 years is gone.
Okay.
So from the 50 years, you keep on being with your wife, doing preaching, going to holy places and encouraging people how they can, better their life by understanding their own humanity and all that. You do that for another 25 years. Within this period, if possible, you abstain from sex. You and your wife will be moving, but you have to abstain from sex. If you are not able to do that, you have to cut down sex life.
Okay.
To the barest minimum.
Why is that?
Because this time, you need more energy for your own spiritual life. You need more energy to live. I don't know, those of you that have been having sex, you know how you feel after sex. You lose so much energy. So at the age of 50, you need more energy to engage in very, very important things. So if you can cut down your sex life, it will enhance you to live well, to live strong.
Okay.
So if after 25 years, we're making 75 years, if you are not dead and you are still there, you should understand that even if you live up to the 100 years, you have only 25 years left. So at that point, you leave home, your wife go back and stay with the children.
Okay.
So the senior most, if the son, after 25 years, you got married when you're 25 years. When you're 50 years, your first son is, say, 25 years. So in your absence as a man, he needs to be able to take care of the mother. Okay? So now, 75-year-old man, why are you thinking of sex? 75-year-old man, why are you pursuing young, small girls? At that age, even if you live up to 100 years, you are so close to your grave. So the best thing to focus on is to focus on the real goal of life. That is the liberation or salvation. So at that point, they said you must renounce marriage life, material life, and focus more on your own inner self.
Wow.
So what do? You can go and stay in some holy place. So during the time you're working, it is advised or encouraged that you save enough money. So at the point where you want to take renounced order, you divide your income into 4. You give 1 to your family. You give 1 to society. You keep 1 to yourself. And if you belong to any religious group, like maybe you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, or whatever, you give 1 to them for them to also continue the work of God. You keep 1. That's when you move. So if you have property and all that, distribute them among your family, your kids. Because see, even if you're going to live for 100 years, you have only 25 years to live. So that's what we call a renounced order, sannyasi. You move from home. In ancient times, they will go and stay in the forest where they don't come to mingle with people. They stay there, they do tapasya, penance, fasting, and all that because they know that even if they will live up to 100 years, they have only 25 years.
Wow.
So now, all that they focus on is to preach, encourage people, help the upcoming ones, encourage them, guide them so that they don't waste their life. Then finally, if you are able to get to 100 years, you go back to your grave. But the fact is, now how many people get 100 years? We are living among these dead ones. As you're walking through town, you're seeing obituary 40 years, 50 years, 35 years. People are dying so quick. So what I'm saying here is that you must focus so much on your next life, where you will go. So the business you're doing is beautiful. Your marriage is good. School is good. But don't forget about your real goal of life. So as you're doing business, as you're schooling, as you're doing all these things, amass wealth, don't forget about your real goal of life. So now let's come to the marriage.
Okay.
People don't even understand the reason of the marriage. Okay? So we just go in And then after a year or 2 years, we regret going in. So we start looking for excuses to go out because we had a wrong perception of marriage. We thought marriage is a source of enjoyment. Marriage is an institution for fun. And because marriage was not created for enjoyment or fun, we end up disappointing ourselves and then we break up. I want to advise you. If you're a young man, a young lady who wants to go into marriage, I want to tell you marriage is an institution of responsibility. It is an institution of duty. And the duty here is you want to be with your husband, you want to be with your wife, so that you can continue the procreation of God Almighty. And that is a responsibility. So even when you are in bed with your wife, you don't just see that you're having fun or you're enjoying. See yourself that you are being used as an instrument to be the cause of the continuum of creation. So anyone who sees marriage as responsibility, as a form of duty, no matter the situation, you will be there. See, if you are working as a marketing manager and your responsibility is to manage all the people under you, you supervise everything they do. It doesn't mean you don't go through difficulty managing them. You will suffer to manage them. You don't run away and go because you know that what you're doing is your responsibility, is your duty. So even when some of these colleagues start fighting you, you'll still become persistent. You want the right thing to be done. You don't see it as an enjoyment or as a form of, some fun. You see that as your responsibility, as your duty, and you go ahead and do it. So it is better for you to start understanding this about marriage. That marriage is not an institution for enjoyment or fun. It is an institution of duty or responsibility. Having this understanding will help you. And there is something that is very, very common. I've gone to many marriages, and after the husband and wife have been brought together, they call some elderly people to come and advise them. And many a time, the elderly people, all that they say that now he is your husband. He owns you. Anytime he demands for sex, give to him. Even if it's in the kitchen, whether it's in the bathroom, wherever it is, give to him.
Yes.
Thinking that this advice is going to bring them together. But I'm telling you, the reality is, any marriage that focuses on sex, that marriage does not last. Mm-hmm. See, you should understand this. You cannot use sex to tie down a man.
Wow. But the women also think that's the opposite.
Because they have wrong perception about marriage.
Okay.
You cannot use sex to tie down your man. Because no matter the level of sex you're able to give, somebody can give better than you. Somebody can somersault in bed. Can you do that? You can. So if it's about how to satisfy your man in bed, somebody is able to do better than you. But if you see your husband as your God, see, get this well. The husband should be seen as a god or as a king. And the wife should be seen as a queen. So when the woman is giving sex to the husband, she sees that as a queen, it is my duty to serve my king. So I have to render that service to him. And the king knows that it is my duty to serve my queen. So with this kind of perception and understanding, there's respect, mutual respect in the marriage. Mm-hmm. The man doesn't see that, yes, I must go and have fun. I have to go and have enjoyment there. And don't get me wrong, if you eat rice all the time, you get to a point you see rice, you don't want to eat rice again. I hope you know this is a fact. No matter an account you are, you can't eat fufu morning, afternoon, evening. After a week now, you'll be fed up with it. So if You see your wife as an instrument for enjoyment. It will get to a point that you will get fed up with that kind of enjoyment she offers you, and you like to go out there. So never ever think that you can use sex to tie down your man. You can use sex to attract a man to you, but you cannot use sex for him to stay or to keep him.
What do you do to keep a man?
You can only keep a man by giving him peace and respect.
Mm-hmm.
It is only by respect and peace that can keep a man in marriage.
Wow.
Not sex. No matter how big your ass is, somebody's ass is bigger than yours. No matter how beautiful you are in bed with your man, somebody else might be beautiful than you. But if you are able to give the man peace and respect, that man will see you as a duty, as a responsibility, and he will give back the respect and adoration to you.
Actually, we men translate peace and respect as being loved.
Sure.
Yeah.
You cannot love a man.
Mm-hmm.
No woman can ever love a man. See, for you as a woman, when a man begins to provide you with many things, he talks to you nicely, you consider that to be love. A man don't see this as love. Only two things that a man considers to be love. That is respect and peace.
That's the secret.
I'm telling you, if you give your husband respect and peace, he sees that as love. But give a man everything he wants without respect and peace. Trust me, that man sees that you don't love him. So, those of you that have been advising women, now that's your husband. Anytime he looks for sex, give to him. In the kitchen, give to him. And you are spoiling people's marriage. Because the man ends up having sex everywhere in the house. The bathroom is gone. The kitchen is gone. The balcony is gone. The living room is gone. Everywhere is gone. Now he's looking for something else.
New adventures.
Maybe in the car.
Yeah.
And so you go out there, go and look for a woman there to go and sit in the car and have sex with her. But if you advise a woman that sex is a very sacred act, let your husband respect you. See, any woman that gives a man sex all the time, that woman is not respected by the husband. I'm telling you this. Now, one thing women don't know. If you're a woman and you want to maintain your marriage, after giving the man respect and peace, make sure the man finds it very scarce seeing your naked body. You go to the bathroom to go and bath. Your husband is sitting on the bed. You come out naked, come and dress in front of him. You are killing your marriage. Your husband is there. You can walk naked in front of him. You are not intelligent. Men at times can be very childish when it comes to seeing the nakedness of a woman. Make it difficult for him to see your nakedness. So when you finish taking your shower in the washroom, now all our bathrooms are in our bedroom. So from there, and you know your husband is there, don't come and stand in front of him and open everything like that and just be dressing. No. Cover yourself. The man is very childish when it comes to sex life. So when you are dressing up and yourself is covered, he will be stealing glances, looking at you, trying to see whether he can see something. So if you keep on doing like this one, he will always appreciate you and treasure you. Mm-hmm. But beautiful lady, your husband is sitting down there. You have been nakeding yourself now. I don't know whether you have noticed this. After some time, even when you naked yourself in front of him, you don't even look at you. Tell me what. They make yourself say no correct. When you be man at them, baby, no, where you naked or to work right now to no fugu so baby, everything is naked. Why as I do baby even grass be man to now could be naked because on help. But if you start covering yourself all the time in his presence, then anytime if you see a little part of your nakedness, he is anxious. That's why we keep a man. So I'm giving you this bit because I'm a man and I'm a counselor. I have known this for a long time. So it is going to help you. But most importantly, you the woman, you the man, never see marriage as a source of fun or enjoyment. See marriage as a source of responsibility or a form as a duty. When a man sees marriage as responsibility and duty, when the woman is giving him all the troubles, he doesn't go, he stays, because he sees that as his responsibility, as his duty. But when the man sees the woman as a source of enjoyment, if the man sees the woman as a source of fun, and the woman begins to create problem for the man, now he begins to think that, oh, the source of fun, the source of enjoyment that I thought of is no more the source of the fun or the enjoyment. So let me leave.
Let me chip in this. One day, now you shooting these dresses, beautiful dresses.
Okay.
And Madam for Bako say, atare we, and I said, net waha. Into my wife, the breast will show. And Madam for say, no, no, pesa no, pedia wa cover, no, cover, or pursue who they shame.
Yes. Yes. So a man, most sorry, I'm anyhow, I'm the attractive man. You will attract a man for the first time because he wants to see what is there. Onya boja gumi wi asa. Onya hu baku wi asa. Try and keep yourself, and the man wants to know what is there. So even as a wife, try as much as possible to cover yourself, even in your room. When you're going to bed, you can wear something nice, something beautiful. The man wants to see what is there. Not because he's my husband. Do very yeah from shower now, over now, dim, not go down, pastor. You will lose your man to someone out there. So first, we must see marriage as a responsibility, as a source of duty, not as a source of enjoyment or for fun. That is the first understanding. The secondly, if you're a woman, you must give your husband respect and peace. And the man, in return, will give you love. All the drama you guys have been giving men, that's why the man ran away. A man is on the phone. I mean, people should understand this. No matter how a man loves you, as soon as you begin to give the man this kind of drama, if the man doesn't see the marriage as a sort of responsibility, he run away. Beme biya mpe drama. Beme biya mpe ubiya oha jen. Oyeko na hwana anya nekata ta na obi awo mo osesile sa no. Ndu se ke onsu ana. Ohun se oyeko akwa tempo machi utie. See, there's one thing many women don't know.
Tell us.
If you want to maintain your marriage, stop sniffing for something. Some of you want to see something. The bear man cry phone that one got time. Oh, you be ube find a phone now. Him no. Ube nyasem. Oh, your ba now do what they are. Focus on the man. Give the man the peace and the respect he demands for. And he will in turn give you love, very deep love. So when you are giving man peace and respect, he will not go out there looking for other women. But you nag on his head, you give him drama. Or puma juma on some of them. Oba fi yam chisheno. Obedru fia pe obi a wakwa juma kwa stress the whole day. Obedru fia pe what the trouble ne be hia no. Do upon adwuma na oba abon se na fofo sike we me ko ba bi ne yentana omoko tena bonte na omoko wi bi ani bi saa omo wi bi ani bia o tuka na oba odu fi kra bi onware na wada ohun se we a source of trouble and problem. Oba oya respectful, a woman that gives respect and peace to the husband is always ready to run home after work.
I want you to elaborate on the peace and respect aspect.
See, the whole point is every man needs respect. Don't compare your man to any other man.
Okay.
There are some ladies, they have been through about 50, 60 relationships before they got married. And anytime they have an issue with their husband, that's when they begin to recollect all the beautiful guys they were with. Those are our days, those are our that. To the point I can say that even cry no, my boy cry, me find busy cry no. So not to say can be giant them. See, when you say this to a man, he might not react at that moment, but he will never ever forget. Men don't want to be compared with other men. So who couldn't cry now? Baby, who have a nice man though? Or no one is any one you have a kind. So how about moment? But okay, then me boy so much cry and first thing. See, most women don't know this also. Don't talk about your ex relationship with your man. Even if he asks you, don't. See, I'm telling you this because apart from being a man, I am a very experienced person in life. Don't discuss your ex relationship with your current man. And I said again, even if he asks you, don't. Because all of us are unique in a special way. We all have our flaws as well. So in the course of telling the story about your ex to your husband, you might say 1, 2, 3, that is your man wish he had. Okay? So now anytime this man is there with you, he's thinking that, oh, I wish, say, for instance, maybe the man is somebody with, pot belly. Now, for you put said here, and our ex guy, no muscles or 6 packs. This your man, he wished to have these 6 packs, but at the end of the money, and I woke up so now my ex, he was having 6 packs. Now muscles, it be your question. Who could you say? What do you mean? So anytime you to be or say, or no, he's aspiring to say have 6 packs. Only and our ex and I walk on as much. So Obadiah said, a woman of the corner because he doesn't have that. And my ex, no ni madio, or a scholar, or a very intelligent person, maybe or a IT specialist. Okay, can't answer me. These are some of the things on screen or paper. So the more you begin to talk about your ex to your current guy, there might be 1 or 2 things that this your current guy might be aspiring for. So now Jim or baby say, there's every tendency or possibility that will come back to the ex. So you don't talk to your current man about your ex, even if Obisa say, oh now, previous relationship could have been see Ujai. I say we were not coping. The guy was not ready, so I thought okay. So I think we don't need to talk about it in here because you end up saying things. As they are no kun we know now boyfriend is big in as well. Now you money every team that there's one thing women don't know. Men don't forget. Yeah. Well, you're a bad man, dear. And yeah, there was some few things where you're a man, you didn't fit that. For instance, Bema Abecha was a wuchiti on a cheek. Never decided to stay now, he will be with you. The year few on the life who would die. So be careful. Who did the Bema attempt? Bema and the two to move beyond what the dinner attempts at your pay. Or China before never caught. He might ask as if what I tell. The year in feed. That's a man for you. So all that I'm saying here is you must not see marriage as a source of enjoyment or satisfaction or fun. Marriage should be seen as a source of duty or responsibility. But so doing, about wow, I'm what me maintaining marriage. So you say our giant baby because Bema no come for enjoyment. Or no come for enjoyment. So you get to a point at the end of Bema enjoyment is no more there. You look very nice. You are so nice. But Bema don't know what they mean. Stretch marks. Ebi kura making you see as you try market your toha. O mana no munufu na no engage na ho bio atiagu. And into no about you be who they are, you are very beautiful like those days. But Bema no know what them when who say what's the son? Bema no ba wa did for enjoyment, for fun. Or better say when you say maybe somebody out there no can give better fun and enjoyment than you. So I want the guys to understand this. Marriage is a wonderful institution and Yankopon Kasabo. But marriage is not an institution for enjoyment or fun. In fact, our dear a problem. Our dear a problem. A problem, a big problem with some still small enjoyment to be a woman. And if the one who is our dear no a problem, but it is my responsibility to be in marriage. Ukom for a first month and the be a fine or banny a come 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I want to be huni pani subankasa. You come for enjoyment, that's when you begin to think, and I made a mistake. I'm cast on this out. Hey, mine is not here. But say, as a responsibility, no matter the problem, no, you want to stay there. Unless it be I go to the point it be a woo bomb the house. But say be a normal before cars the wow those things, you know, you see say a part a hazard the word your duty and away a hazard the womb. So I'm saying what I'm telling you is that marriage is a wonderful institution. It is something that we have to appreciate. It is something that those of us are in celibate, you know, we can go in there. But so what me go through the celibacy now me kind na wow ma what me conduct who ye our relationship. Now no be man not to on go through any celibacy that. The life mu and 1 week we no about that. Such a man no what dey be difficult.
And I can maybe say in then how do they see marriage as a responsibility?
You see that because through marriage you'll be able to procreate and you continue creation.
Okay.
That's what. You don't see your wife as a source of enjoyment. No. See her as an instrument nature wants to use to help you to continue procreation. You don't see sex as an enjoyment. In fact, in where I belong to, my religious group, it is said, one must not engage in illicit sex life. Sex outside of marriage and sex uncontrolled sex life. No. That even within marriage life, no, we must be so regulated that sex, just for enjoyment or for fun. And then, if we are younger, even a wusiswa, now, but I die actually, what the blissful. The best thing is to try to practice some level of celibacy. Okay? That celibacy, no ever wow. I'm what to me as sustaining any difficulty ever later in the future. And yes, trust me, you end up having difficulties in your relationship because whom marriage is a source of enjoyment. Baby, baby, but our dear entisa overcome unyanasa when yanasa panel the problems ever. And I was saying, our real it is ordained by God. But for those who are responsible and those who are duty bound, if you are not responsible, don't go into marriage. You will create a problem. Because our area is for those who are very responsible, those who are very mature.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
Before we wrap up, these counselors, success in our kind of marriage ceremonies, I must say Obano so anfa ma bema no easily. The potential of the man cheating high. And also, what do you have to say?
In fact, the other way around.
Okay.
Those that give sex all the time to their husbands, they are the people that push the man to go out there to go and experience more sex. I'm not saying say for how can you no. For who sees you so all the who sees you a man the condo all the time. Okay. Now, bear man so on also say all for responsibility. Or be a little careful. Say all my sex and the DNA. Because ba no kwa ware no. Ya tu no say bear man tem be afa man. Nti obey say be do baby bear man be say kono to puapia no. Because now you say sex in the make people bear man no. Would you puapia no say no you are pushing him outside. Let a man respect your nakedness. Ma obey man e ba won for sex. Oh, who's idea or treasure something he cherishes. But the more now what they are there, my man all the time, what the man all the time, on demanding by no man. That's when a bearman or back out. It's an amount for more council for so one farm all the time or back about Teno. Men cast or bound for one coming bearman. No. Men for one coming bearman. But men for sex and pushy wukun. What the sex April it will push him out. Said he wouldn't even know. Would the fufu and run up a year and nobody before and a pay a year near you. A do a chain of fufu and patch or mean to me. So when you begin to push yourself on your husband for sex all the time, you are pushing him to go out. The American, I tell you, I know. But the upper few things are making. Learn something from it. Start hiding yourself. Try keeping your nakedness away from your husband. Or to cry and I say, oh, dresser, wear something, cover yourself, and I'll go to the bathroom to go and dress up there. Ten be and look decent and nice. But my baby who complete nakedness, say be onufugu so o bad so or to be at the house now and I'm them was other way. We have to move on. Huh? We be an environment to how no here on the phone, so yeah, you know, now corner but naked. No, that's wrong. You can't do that.
So in the beginning, the balance you were speaking about, it's placed here.
That is it. You have to be very balanced. When it comes to sex life, be very, very balanced. And especially with the women. Bema or be who naked all the time, no don't value anymore. Mm-hmm. And when a man doesn't value you anymore, he begin to think of going out there for something more valuable than you. So my bema no on take it time, no umbre and who nakedness. So only one pump and that's fine. But I'm on pump, bema net to all her TV. I'll be cross the back. I'll be crossing me. Why be any self as all you what did the cross because on can do who's on her. I don't to the point in say for who see and ya bonde ho kwa na nkata hu si wo dem mpa nkata ko che but a carry wo dem you can wear something sexy, something beautiful, something they will say the guy will have but carry wo dem say dem say be hu si no ko che but carry no you can wear something ade bi e be do ko to bi and I be a do say ha you wear something beautiful. O ba o ye sie o de onu for sie o de to asie o kwa be man no hwe o so who say bibi te kwa this men can be very childish in their mind at time when it comes to sex. Now when you hu na koba e be do ba bi wo you hu pa onhwe e ba na sana I am telling you say sa be man no when you do abonten when you hu onhwe now to wa wo mure ni mo to ho no when you do abonten because we dey pumpun na manafo no. As I'm telling you, learn from this. And advice I mean, mom. Because of what I'm counseling. That's what music. I mean, a free advice, free counseling. Those of you who are more power, the mono means saying Saturday way and me move away. You see the making of power, the man. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. With them, worry, I'm a fraud now. A cause controversy, kakra. Thank you very much. Now, yeah, by one so good that. One B, but you make a crash.
Oh, so this is my mystical one. It is something I've been using for a very long time. But in fact, I know I say, Ghost about my name, say, you better life for them.
Okay.
I agree, saying, you better this kind of recording. And normally, you need to have very stabilized mind, focused mind, for you to be able to speak to people.
Okay.
Since morning, I've been very, very unfocused. If I did it twice here, I don't see it. I did credit form. So I've been very, 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 I don't know what I would say, very distracted since morning. So coming to sit here to speak to all these wonderful people, I was thinking, what do I do within this short time so that I don't get here confused, distracted? That's why today I have to carry my mystical wand. So it helped me to become composed. It does a lot of things. I use it for many, many things. But at least when I hold it like this one, I'm calm within. It gives me direction. It helps me to be very focused. That's why I have to hold it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're the actual no. You're don't be on social media.
No. I don't sell this. This one, no, it's something I don't sell. You can't even get.
Okay.
Yeah. A very special one. It's a very special thing. It does a lot of things. You see, you can see some snake here.
Yes.
So that is the Kundalini.
Okay.
Anybody who does Kundalini meditation, once as a projection, something moves like this from your the base of your spine all the way to your crown.
I don't know. I've not.
Anyway, that is it. So
Okay.
we are now or your astral projection.
Okay.
When you sit down and you meditate, before you are able to project out,
Okay.
you see some dangling, some tingling in you from the base of your spine.
Okay.
It will be moving like that all the way. And when it gets to here, that's when you're able to pump out.
Okay.
So the snake represents the spiritual potency of God.
Oh, okay.
I don't know in the Bible when God told Moses to go and then reclaim the Israelites. And Moses said that if I go and I tell them they don't believe me, what do I do? God told him, just put your rod on the ground. And according to the Bible story, when Moses did that, his rod turned to a snake. In fact, snake, the way people think snake is evil, snake represents the spiritual potency of God. The spiritual potency of God is called Ananta Shisha, a spiritual snake with 1,000 hoops. The head is 1,000. So that Ananta Shisha actually, he carried the whole material universe on one of his hoops. So just imagine, say, Oko outer space. Now who say, yeah, Earth and on that all around. All the many planets, can be brave man when you're one universe. And thousands of all those universes, it is resting on the hood of an Ananta.
Wow.
So that is the spiritual potency of God that is represented by a snake.
Okay.
But in the Bible, no amount for Bobo doing bunny or what evil. Or head and swan, WHO, World Health Organization, or more crown. Ayakim. Obo say, or me no be on my say, or multiplication. Oko any medical institution, they make a go and look at their logo. Obo say, two snakes, because it represents the spiritual potency of God. And another aspect is say, for healing.
Okay.
So anytime I want to do a very terrible healing, it will be a very difficult thing. I hold this, it means a very serious thing. And you see, the half moon is there. And when you compare to half moon, you get a full moon. So you possess the power of the full moon.
Okay.
And then some one star. Yeah. This star is a mystical seal. It represents, see, if you are seeing your 4 corners, but this is 6 corners. So what it means is that every corner, every energy, every ability, is consumed in the mystical one. Okay. So it is something I don't carry. Okay. So I've ever seen it. Like I said today, I was not very focused. I was very distracted. Me called them about best of 4,000 iPad in the buy. I went back. Me called me confided me unifi about 4 or 5 times. So since morning, I've been very distracted. So I felt sitting here speaking to these wonderful people, I must be equipoised. I must be composed. That's why I have to hold the mystical one too.
Oh, okay. Speaking of the healing part, you see, I never my dream was say even Moses, snake, It is
and they got healed. Yes. So snake is not evil.
Okay.
But I say, don't worry. You want a positive and negative.
Okay.
And obe hu say be a Bible must you see snake crocodile or bad in country. They say be as sanity. But snake is not evil. Okay. Bible say the snake is very smart, is very intelligent. And not only intelligent in biting people, but very intelligent in doing everything. So mystically, snakes are not considered to be evil. The way among people, we don't see like that. Okay. Snakes are beautiful creatures. A snake will never bite you. So one tiana. One tries to make harm, a snake will not bite you. So those who are mystically potent, they understand that snakes are not evil. They are beings. In India, there is some tribe. They control snakes. To say, or what will be a now one corner. If those people come around, they have some mantras. They will recite, and that snake will come back and take the poison.
Really?
I tell you this. See, for instance, those time now you need doctor say or work will be ever in hospital. A herbalist for 9 years old. If your worker will be even in our village, no matter what cause or want to tell on you that time hospital will be good. But this snake, we call it snake charmers. So a worker will be now in the corner and him say, or worker into on your dura, they will just have to chant the mantras. You see the snake, whatever, or back or never be cheer on our back or back to poison.
Wow.
This is something I've seen. Is there? So snakes are not evil. They are very powerful creatures. And the Bible says, but when in Tisa war, Be smart and very smart and intelligent like the snake. So I didn't idea Bible compare some what anything was said all the time evil come. No. So the perception says snakes are bad, they didn't come here. No. Me no more. You know, more. It's lie. So snakes are not evil.
Okay.
So you don't have to be killing them.
Okay.
Leave them.
Okay. Thank you very much for your knowledge.
Yeah, God bless you, sir.
And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share to your friends, and comment under these videos. Thank you very much for staying with us. Goodbye.